Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Dion. I'm back with a daily Draftkings video, man. I think I'm about done with FanDuel. The cash games have been treating me lovely on DraftKings, pretty much undefeated. You can check the results on my Twitter page at Daily FD Lineups. You can see the results I've been putting out. It's been looking pretty good so far, man. And I actually like this. I actually like DK a lot more just because of the two pitching site makes it pretty much I like because a lot of people they just pick pitchers based off of how to explain this. Based off that because on fan it's mainly the scoring that's helping it because you have to pick efficient pitchers and then the bats get priced according to matchups. So unless your bats really go off and you pick one bad pitcher, that can ultimately ruin you. Or if you have two good pitchers and you just have decent bats, man, you're way above most people because it's not too many pitchers that's gonna have an efficient night. So even with today, I had a bad pitcher and the guy that got zero. But since I had John Lackey who did so good and had pretty much had like 3 home runs in my lineup. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just been treating me well. So I just have this love for DraftKings that I'm keep it going. So I think we can kind of jump into today's slate. Let's go look. It's a 10 game slate too. Pretty good. I like it. So first game on the slate we have is this. Oh yeah, this is the 30th. Okay, we do have the 30th. First game on the slate we have the San Francisco Giants at the Atlanta Braves. Giants projected to put about 4 runs. Atlanta about 3.2. We just round that off to 3. We have a good matchup though here for the Giants. They're facing Mike Fulton. I never know how to say his name, so I just say Mike Folty. We all know he's had his troubles with lefties, so right off the bat, of course you gotta like Span, gotta like Panic, gotta like Belt, even maybe some Brandon Crawford. I don't like Crawford's price with him batting seventh, but all these other guys 1 through 5 look pretty good for me. Well, mainly the lefties. Let me see how he's fared versus righties. Uh, I do know, just off the top of my head, I know Fulton's had troubles with lefties. Okay, 459 WOBA with a lefty, 342 batting average, 3 home runs, 6. Okay. All right, the FIP and XFIP extremely high. So if we get some guys with power there, okay. 39.4 hard contact. Jeez, the ground ball rate is horrible right now. Home run to fly ball ratio 20.0. Now let's go take a look at some Giants bets. Okay. I want to go look at some batted ball first. Let's see some hard contact. All right. Versus righties. Brandon Belt looking like a nice play with that 300 BABIP. Pretty much a line drive guy. He's pretty much, I worked on a rough draft lineup and he was in it. So Brandon Belt's definitely looking like a nice play. It's coming off a good game too after the injury. Wasn't Coors though. So I don't really take too much stock into that, but a 362 WOBA, 162 ISO, not really can so much, and bats in the heart of that order. You just sign me up for some Brandon Belt. Span, we all know he's pretty solid at getting on base. He doesn't strike out much and gets the great matchup, has some stolen base upside as well. He's also been getting caught stolen a bunch too, but I still like on Panic as well. Pretty good guy right here. It seems like he has the most power to the guys that I want to pick on. Of course, Crawford has the most power of any of those guys, but as far as the guys from 1 through 5, Panic look like he has the most power this year versus righties. So sign me up for those guys. Definitely have no trouble playing them. I'm about to go take a look at the YouTube, see if we have any viewers. Would appreciate if you guys give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm about to, shout out to FanDuel Messiah. Okay, we're here. We're live. So let me pause this. All right, so let's go back to it, man. So right off the back, let's see Brandon Belt. Once again, I'll lock him into my lineup. Because I'm loving this with cash right now. I kind of worked in the cash game lineup, but for the most part, I'm liking Brandon Belt. I don't think I'm going to really get off with him. I think he's at that great price point for the matchup. We'll get to some of these other guys later, though. So as far as Samardzija goes, definitely don't want to have any exposure against him, but I definitely don't want to play him, especially not at 12.2. He's been pitching a lot better, too, racking up the Ks. I don't know if it's because he's faced the Padres like twice, but 2 or 3 times actually, I think. Let me see. Okay. His numbers have been a lot better. As far as last year, it was felt like he was more of a contact pitcher last year. Still pretty much the same, but he's just been getting up. He's just been racking up more strikeouts. Okay, 10.3 swing and strike, one contact, pretty much the same as last year. His outside swing has dropped a little bit. Okay, all right. Now let's go see the actual splits. The Bulba's looking extremely good. ERA is great actually too. FIP and XFIP extremely good. Get the K percentage looking nice. Whip is looking extremely well. Okay, not giving up much hard contact at all either. So he might be the chalk and cash, but just knowing that there's a slate and there's a game in course, I don't know how much I really want to have exposure to him. To me, I guess he's more of a tournament option, but even with the Braves, I just won't have any exposure to him at that price. So I guess we kind of move on from him. Move on from this game at period. So, yeah, that's it. Just give me the top 5. Give me 3 of the 5 lefties there. Maybe some Crawford if you're gonna stack the Giants. Maybe you can run them in there, but I don't see how that's gonna work when you got a game in cores that I think there's some pitchers we could pick on. So next game we have Jose Quintana at the New York Mets. We know the Mets have struggled with lefties a little bit. Now Quintana's a guy I like, but I think DraftKings has him overpriced. So I really don't want to pay up for him at that price. And he's a guy that wastes a lot of pitches. Like there's plenty of games where you'll see him. He'll go 6 innings, but he'll already be at 5 pitches. So if he gives up let's say he gives up five hits, a walk, or something like that, and he's not a huge strikeout guy. So at that price, if he's not picking up like 8 Ks and going 7 innings, I don't know how much I really want exposure to him at 11.7. Even though the Mets have some struggles against lefties, but he's more of a pitch to contact guy anyway too. So I'm not really a fan of him at that price. So I won't play anybody against him, but I definitely won't have any exposure to him. And then this game looking like there might be some weather concerns. Oh, it says only light rain. Then you have Harvey, who's pretty much been dying almost every start. Now, off the back, he's been getting abused by lefties, so we'll take a look at some of those splits, too. All right, let's see. Splits. 424 over the lefties, 348 batting average. The FIP and XFIP extremely high to lefties. It's done pretty decent against righties, but the BABIP is extremely hot. But the FIP and XFIP suggest that's going to go down, so it'll come back down eventually. And I just read something that said he's actually working on his look at this line drive rate. Oh my God, come on, you got to give me some Eaton today. I just hate that he's kind of super like highly priced. But yeah, the 34.8 hard contact. The White Sox don't have too many lefties there, but the 3 lefties do. I do kind of like them at their price points, except for Eaton. I mean, I like Eaton a lot, but I don't like his price. Let me see. 4,200. Not with the guys in chorus. Then we got Avila, who bats in the bottom of the order. 2,800. He could be a nice little cheap cash game play. Let's go look at. Okay, no, he actually hasn't been doing nothing special. But if you're just trying to punt somewhere, you can go Avila, just in case you need that punt. Also Melky. Let's take a look at Melky. See how he's been playing. 3,200 is pretty cheap as well, but inconsistent there. But I like his. He bats cleanup, so maybe that might be worth it in cash. Let's see. See, he's had some little streak going on. He went 0 for 4 today, but I could definitely see him bouncing back. Who pitched for the Royals today? I can't remember. Let me take a look, because it might have been a bad matchup. Just got to make sure. Okay, let me see. Sunday. Where are the Royals? Okay, here it is. Chris Young came back from his DL stink, but he wasn't the pitcher though. I know that for a fact. All right, so let me see what's going on. Oh yeah, it was Volquez, and we all know Volquez is pretty good versus righties. So, I think Volquez is a ground ball pitcher, so I really don't like picking on ground ball pitchers anyway. So let me go see real quick. Volquez is holding lefties to a 276 WOBA anyway. The xFIP is a liar, but okay. 250 BABIP. Let's see if he's a ground ball. Nothing crazy there, but doesn't give him much hard contact, and just an off game for Melky though. But I think versus Harvey, he can definitely bounce back. I want to take a look, see if there's any BVP there as well. Just to see, just to make me feel a little bit more comfortable about rolling these White Sox out on these slates. 1 for 3, 1K. Josh Frazier 2 for 9. So most of these guys haven't really faced him except for Jimmy Rollins. Jimmy Rollins kind of washed now. Definitely don't have any exposure to him. But I read, yeah, like I was saying, I read something about Harvey fixing his mechanics. I think we could probably Twitter search that. Well, they know what's wrong with his mechanics, but probably won't be able to fix it right away. It's probably definitely gonna take a bunch of reps. So let's see what I got. Okay, dope. Okay. Shout out to you, GW694. But let's see real quick. Harvey mechanics. Definitely saw something. Okay, the mechanics are fixed. Yeah, they said they found the flaw in it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be fixed right away. So I mean, there's definitely some. There's definitely. I think he's definitely gonna go back to becoming a good pitcher before the season over. But for right now, man, it doesn't look like it's coming at this moment. So definitely gonna have some exposure against him, possibly. But yeah, Melky had a great price point. I like him there. Definitely help you fit some bats and maybe even a good pitcher. So let me go back. Yeah, so from this game, let me get some Eaton, maybe some Melky, Avila batting 7th. It's only 2.8. Probably won't hurt. I think let me see how he's done versus righties as well. I mean, it's Harvey, so I really don't want to pick on him with any average righties, but Avila 292 WOBA, 333 BABIP. So when he's not striking out, he's actually pretty good, but he still has this. Damn, his batting average must be extremely low if he has a 28.8 K percent but a 16.7 walk percent. So, let's see. Oh yeah, he's batting 222, which is pretty bad. So probably don't want to use him against Harvey, but I like him as a nice punt. I think I look over the slate and there weren't too many catchers that I was high on. So we'll see how it goes. So I think we can move on to the next game. Let me see if Villa's game log again. See how he's been doing. Had a good game, 28th. And he doesn't even play every day, too. I forgot about that. They also use Navarro, so let me see. I almost forgot about that. Diano Navarro, let's see. 1 for 4, 1 for 3, 2 for 3, 1 for 2, okay. So we're just looking at his fantasy outpoint. Okay, so for the most part, he seems to get you around 5 on average, about 5 Draftkings points a day, and at 2,700, that might be worth it. Let's go see. What's his actual batting average? 230, so he's barely just above Avila. Yes, I guess. Doesn't strike out as much. Let me see. Oh, so his strikeouts only about 7 points less. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with catcher right now, but we'll move on to the next game. So the next game we have is Stephen Wright and the Boston Red Sox versus the Baltimore Orioles and Tyler Wilson. This game is projected to put up a bunch of points, man. And actually, I think, well, I know these guys are probably priced through the roof. They're probably the same prices as the guys in chorus. So I'm not too sure what to think about this, but I like Stephen Wright a little bit for the strikeout upside. Let's go look real quick. The Orioles have been striking out a ton in the last week I think the last 2 weeks. Their K percent is through the roof, so we'll see right now. Oh, crap. Last 14 days. Go to advance. Let's see the strikeout percents. Orioles third. Okay, last 7 days. So that's about 26.8%. It doesn't show whether the lefties or righties, but either way. All right, last 7 days. 31.0, so it's even worse than the last week. So these guys are definitely striking out a lot. They still have a bunch of power and guys I'm scared of, but I don't think these guys have really faced a knuckleball before, so we'll take a look real quick on ESPN. That's the thing you want to see, man. If any of these guys have any BVP on Stephen Wright. Okay, let's see. So pretty much nobody has had a hit on him. Not a lot of at bats. So not too sure what to think about that. But even still, had 5 Ks in those 12 at bats. Pretty impressive. Let's go see if anybody from Baltimore has ever hit Dickey. Okay, let's go to Toronto. See bat versus pitch. Now we'll go to Baltimore. See how these guys have fared versus Dickey. So even against Dickey, they've been horrible. So these guys have really struggled with the knuckleball. Chris Davis has done pretty decent against it. Who else? Giannis, but he's not going to play, so I don't really count him. The main guys that's going to play, okay, Machado has hit Dickey pretty well. 7 for 19, that's good. Rick R, 1 for 3. Scope, 1 for 9. Trumbo, 1 for 5. 3 for 13. The only thing that I'll be scared of is the long ball in there in the hitter's park. But for the most part, Dickey's knuckleball is nowhere as good as Stephen Wright is right now. He's actually been racking up, 5, 6 Ks, and he seems to go 7 innings almost every start. So let's just go take a look at his actual output. 24, 22. He did have one bad start in Houston. I think it was raining or something that day. That's the only game he's died. 36, 17, 29, 25, 16, 17. So at this price, I won't even mind if he only got me 17, 18 points. As long as he doesn't die, which I don't think he will, he should be able to rack up the K, 7, 6. Except for the one start in the rain where I guess that kind of messed up his knuckleball, 7, 6, 8, 6. So realistically, I guess you can expect about 6 Ks. Right, I'm not gonna give the Orioles more than 2 runs and maybe 7 innings there. Let me see how many. 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 6.2, 6, 6.2. So on average, he's going about 7 innings a game anyway. So at that price, I think you can kind of lock him in. I can't believe I'm about to do it, but I'm gonna have some knuckleball in my cash games. I like him at that price point, man. For right now, until I go looking through all the other pitchers. So we also have Tyler Wilson on the mound for the Orioles. So definitely gotta go look at him real quick. I definitely know I want some bats against him. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Guys, 94.5 zone contact. He's not missing a soul. Not one. Come on, man. 306 WOBA to lefties. Nothing's looking too high, but let's go look at the FIP and XFIP. FIP and XFIP is telling a different story. He's not striking anybody out. The BABIP is extremely low, and this Red Sox team is hitting everybody. So it doesn't even really scare me, man. I think everybody on the Red Sox is in play. Especially when they put the ball in play, they can definitely go off. They're killing most pitchers, so I'm not scared of no Tyler Wilson just because his BABIP is low. So let me go look at some of these prices for these guys. Here it goes. Let's see, Swihart 3.6. Yeah, so if Swihart's 3.6, I already know the rest of these guys expensive as hell. Big Poppy 55 is too much. 45 for Travis Shaw. So come on, man, these guys are priced like they're in cores. Pedroia 48. I mean, they are gonna go off because of this pitcher, but still. All right. Bogart's 53. I can't pay that. Betts 54. I'm not doing that. Jackie Bradley Jr. 47. Yeah, that's too much a little bit for me. So for the most part, man, even with these, I gotta feel like the Red Sox are gonna put up like 10 runs for me to take these guys at these prices with Dan Straley and cores, man. So for right now, that could be a nice little pivot though, because a lot of people are gonna stack the game in cores. And maybe if it doesn't live up to the cores expectations, and Boston seems to go off like they do every night, you could definitely take down a tournament. But for the most part, this is cash, so I'm probably gonna go with the chalkiest, the safest plays. And right now, these guys at this price, I'm not liking them too much. So I think we kind of move on to the next game. We're gonna take a look at the chat, see what you guys are talking about. What's going on? 20 pounds down, more to go. 20 pounds down, more to go. Okay. I guess you were fat once before. All right, but yeah, let's go to the next game. We got the St. Louis Cardinals at the Milwaukee Brewers and Miller, man. Now this is a game that could be sneaky good. Uh, I don't really want to pick on Junior Guerrero, but man, this is really a hitter's park, especially for lefties. You got some good lefties in the lineup that have been heating up. You got some. You actually got Carlos Martinez, man, who's been pretty bad, man. I expected more from him. So let's just go take a look at his numbers. Let me go look at those odds again. That's how you know he's pretty bad. Before, like, if this was what, maybe the beginning of the season, at the start of the season, they probably would have had the Brewers projected for like 3 runs. But since he's been struggling so much, it's up to 4.1. Pretty close spread too. So yeah, let's go to Carlos Martinez. See the play discipline, not generating as many swinging strikes as he was last year. Look at this drop off. I don't know what's going on with him. All right. See the splits, 348 will, but the lefty, 257. So it's more about him having control issues, and he's giving up 5 home runs. It's done fairly well on the road though. Okay. But if you look on the road, his FIP and XFIP is pretty bad. So, but for the most part, we're looking FIP and XFIP 5.51, 4.32. The lefties not really striking out too many batters, walking a few guys. The whip is high. Barrick not extremely high, giving up a lot of hard contact, but for the most part, 56 ground ball percent. That's pretty good. Let's go take a look at some Brewer hitters, some lefties actually. Right off the back, that makes me like Scooter Gennett, even though he hasn't been playing the best, if I'm not mistaken. Well, since he's come back from injury, let's say 40 at bats. Events. Well, okay. See, Scooter Gennett's not really doing too good, striking out a bit. Walks are pretty down, so maybe that could be sneaky for Carlos Martinez, but I'm not gonna trust it. For the most part, even though he's kind of containing righties, let me see if he is before I say that with confidence. Except the righties is kind of high. Let's see the whip. All right. Okay, not giving up much hard contact. The strikeout percent, 19.8. Hasn't given up any home runs to righty, so maybe he could be in a sneaky spot here. Because the only lefty I really like there in that lineup is Scooter Gennett, and he hasn't been hitting that good. Let's go take a look at him real quick. Oh, it's because I'm on the Baltimore game. Okay. Let's go look at his game log. 1 for 4, 1 for 3. Okay, 1 for 4. All right. 1 for 4. So right now that upside is looking limited as ever. 2 for 4. Hasn't had a real good game in a minute. So I think he's at the same price as a guy like Panic. So it's probably, let me see. Yeah, Panic and him are the same price. So especially with Panic actually having, I think Panic has had some good games. So yeah, well, not explosive games either. So, but I mean, I like the Giants so much. And Fulty's even worse than Carlos Martinez. So if I'm gonna go with any of those 2 guys, it's definitely gonna be Panic against a guy who has even worse struggles. So yeah, Scooter Gennett was the main guy I'm looking at. Who else do they have in that lineup? That could be Kirk Neuenhuis. Let me go look at him real quick. Still striking 133%, 315 Woba. ISO not that high. WRC plus. So for the most part, these guys have struggled versus righties. So maybe Carlos Martinez could be sneaky in the tournament. Wouldn't have any exposure to him in cash, especially with that FIP and XFIP to lefties looking pretty bad, and he's in a hitter's park today. So definitely looking like a bad play. I'm trying to look for any more righties. A lot of people might be trapped into paying VR, man. I mean, I like him because he has a bunch of stolen base upside. So all he needs is 1 hit, and he can pick up like. Well, if you go off of FanDuel points, he can get you like 12 easily, get you a single, steal a base or 2, and then you're like, oh crap, he's already killing it for his price. So let's actually go look at his price. I can't pay 4.9 for a guy and from him on the left side of the plate. I love him a lot more versus lefties where he's killing it versus them. So we can actually go take a look at his batting average real quick. Do, 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 do. VR. Here he goes. So versus lefties, he's batting 367 versus righties 272. I mean, that's still not that bad to be totally honest with you, but it's a big drop off. Look how big of a difference the OPS is from lefties to righties. So I mean, at that price point, for a guy that's not great versus righties, and the righty has been decent in the past, I don't know if I'm probably not gonna pay that price for him. So I think we kind of move on from there. We're gonna take a look at Junior Guerrero though. This guy has a bunch of strikeout upside, man. I like him a little bit. 29-year-old rookie came over from a Mexican league. He's been pretty dominant too with the strikeouts. 12.8 swing to strike percent. Look at the zone contact, missing quite a few bats. Okay, that's what I like to see. Splits. Okay, so his numbers down 296 over the lefties, 262 to righties. But of course, it's the Cardinals. We don't really ever want to pick on them. 4.71 xFIP to lefties. These walks are extremely high, man. He has to get that together, man. If he wants to survive versus the Cardinals. And the Cardinals have been one of the best teams versus versus right-handed pitching. So, not giving up any home runs really either. And the 58 total batters, only giving up one home run to lefties. And he's not giving up much hard contact, not allowing them to pull. Okay, that's pretty good, especially for Miller Park where that right field is pretty short. So Junior Guerrero, let's take a look at his price. Of course, I'm not gonna play him, but 7,300, that's pretty cheap. Okay, not hard. But I much rather trust Carlos Martinez than Junior Guerrero in that situation. But I think we can kind of move on from there. If I'm gonna take anybody, goddamn, Carpenter's 5.1. Sheesh, these guys are priced a little bit too high for me, man. But let's go look at the Cardinals versus right-handed pitching anyway. Matt Adams 412, Woba 244 ISO, it's pretty darn high. Carpenter 384, 288 ISO. Whew. Brandon Moss 365, 315 ISO. These guys have too much power. Hazel Baker, who probably won't play anyway, but 358 Woba 268 ISO. Come on, these guys still have. Yo, Cardinals kill right-handed pitching. Let's go look at the hard contact. Okay, Carpenter, and Carpenter's a pull hitter too. So, Junior Guerrero makes one mistake. It might be over for him. Brandon Moss, pull hitter, 49% too. All right, so a lot of these guys are pull hitters. All right, but that's about it for the Cardinals versus Brewers. We can kind of move on from there now. Now, next we got Irvin Santana and the Minnesota Twins versus the Oakland Athletics and Kendall Graveman. Kendall Graveman just had a fake game versus the Yankees, but he's still trash. And the Twins are on fire right now. So we're going to take a look at some splits. But first, we're going to look at Irvin Santana. Now, of course, I'm not a guy that really likes picking on Oakland Athletics because they don't strike out much. And I think they just had a decent game today. Okay, 9.4 swing strike, 87 zone contact. All right, not bad. Let's see. Woba the righty. So right now he's looking like a reverse splits pitcher. Okay, sheesh. 370 Woba, 305 batting average. Golly. The FIP and XFIP are saying that's not going to keep up for too much longer. But the XFIP to lefty saying you can kind of hit him up a little bit. So right now, when you look at it, what lefties do we have to fear? Vote 3.K, I guess. Yonder Alonso, no. Oh, Jay Lowry's back. Oh, crap. I didn't even realize that. I don't know. 2.8K? Ooh, that's sneaky right there. I didn't even realize he was back, yo. What the hell? Where the hell have I been? Okay, but, and he got a nice little history going. Yeah, I can take him over. I don't like the ballpark, but I can definitely take him over Panic, and that'll allow me to save up and possibly get a better pitcher or some better hitter somewhere else. So definitely like those guys. Let me see what you guys talking about in chat. Yeah, Matt Adams has been hot lately. But I mean, Junior Guerrero is such a extreme. Like he has a lot of upside, man, a lot of potential too. Even though he is like 29, so I don't know how much potential Powers hit is good to mostly urban. Okay. Yeah, that's true. We just seen the Blue Jays kind of hit him up a little bit too. But man, Jed Lowry's at a nice price point. I don't like the ballpark, but ooh, that might be getting a little too cute, man. We got panicked there, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna take him out the lineup. He's not a lock yet, so definitely gotta take him out. Who else do we have? Oh yeah, we actually want to look at the splits for the Athletics events. Let's see the Woba. Josh Reddick injured. I wish he was playing. Jed Lowry 333. Woba. Okay, doesn't take much walks. Only can at 14%. Pretty good. Chris has been on a nice little run. Vote not looking too good right now. And after that, it gets pretty slim for them. So, but the only good thing about them is they're not striking out much. Okay. 7.2, 12. Well, Reddick's out. 14, 15, 15. Valencia 20, but that's not high. The only person that's really gonna strike out a bunch is Chris Davis and Simeon Collins back to the bench with Jed Lowry back, I think. Oh no, he's gonna stay in because of Reddick, excuse me. So maybe these guys are 1 to 2 Ks, 1 to 3 Ks maybe, but I don't really see Irvin Santana get more than 5 Ks in this game. He's probably gonna give up like 200 runs and throw a bunch of pitches. So really won't have much exposure. I won't have no exposure to him. I don't know what I'm saying. Won't have no exposure to him. But I don't think he's a guy you stack against. You just pick your spots, and I like Jed Lowry a little bit. So I'll look at Coco Chris real quick. I think he's been on a nice little tear. Oh, here it goes. Oh, he's 3,500 though. Okay, so 2 for 5, 1 for 4, 1 for 3. Okay, got an RBI. 2 for 5, 2 for 5, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4. So he has a hit in the last 10 games, man. So he's been pretty consistent. Doesn't have that upside you want, but if you want a consistent guy, man, Coco Chris is your guy, man. Looking pretty good. So that's about it for that game. So I think we kind of move on there. Oh yeah, I have to look at Kendall Graven. Let's look at this bum. I think okay. 9.0 swinging strike, zone contact, not missing many bats. All right. Okay, let's look. 402 over the righties, 367 the lefties. This guy's a gas can. Only thing is he pitches better at home. Okay, I mean I can see that because he plays in the pitcher's park, so not a lot of home runs go flying in Oakland. All right, the FIP is horrible, but the xFIP below average. Okay, walking lefties. Giving up about okay. He's been a ground ball pitcher for the most part. The home run, the fly ball to righties, and you got guys like Sano who's been on fire. That could mess him up. 32.4 hard contact. So let's look at these Twins bats real quick. You got Eduardo Nunez who's been on fire. You got Choke Howard been on fire. Sano's killing it. The Twins have been at team. Nunez with a 383 Woba, 361 Mauer. 346, Sano, 327. Let's look at some of these Twins, though. All right. Okay. I think even Centeno's been doing pretty good. If he plays, I might add some exposure to him. Oh, no. I could have sworn he just had a good game today. Never mind. All right, so let's go look at first base, Mauer. 10-game log. Look at this consistency. 3 for 5, 1 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 in his last 5, 4 in his last 10. So Joe Mauer has a home run in 4 of his last 10 games. Talk about being on fire. He's 4,100 though. I'm not gonna really trust that in that ballpark. Yanko Park, let's see him. Okay, so he hasn't done anything special in a while. But the main guy, okay, Nunez and Sano, the main guys I want to show you. Nunez has been killing it. 4 for 5, 2 for 5, 3 for 5, 1 for 5. Okay. Up for it, 2 for 4. He has a bunch of upside though. 25, 8, 24, 23. So definitely has the upside 10. So he got a bunch of double-digit games. But then of course you got to know I think he's hit a home run in like 3 of his last 4 games. No seating up. 10 home runs on the season. 2 for 4, 2 for 4, 1 for 3. Okay, 0 for 5, 2 for 4. All right, 1 for 2. Now let me go look at the home runs. 3 home runs in his last 3 games. It was 3 in his last three. 23, 21, 20. So talk about being on fire. And then 4 in his last 10. He had one against Detroit. So this guy's on fire right now. And you got Graveman, who's been struggling. I don't know if you really want to face a no at that point, but it's a game in chorus, so it might actually work out for you. Who else? And I think those are about the only guys that I played. Nunez, Mauer, enough. So after that, it gets pretty slim. Sure. Booth. Oh no, Booth is back on the injury list. Okay. So who's playing third base? Let me see Doja. Has he been doing? Okay, Doja's have some decent games. Still banked, only banned 201 though, so not gonna have any exposure to him. Okay, so we kind of move on to the next game. The game of the day. I don't even think I need to really talk about this slate. It's cores, man. There's gonna be some light rain. It says probably gonna play through though, so I'm probably gonna skip over that game. You guys know, just stack cores. Oh, and actually, I do want to talk about somebody though. Chad Bettis is the guy. He's not that good, but man, he's a pretty decent pitcher, and the Reds' offense hasn't been that great. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about stacking Reds. But as far as Strelly goes, I'm definitely for some Charlie Blackman, some Cargo Power, uh, even DJ LeMahieu at 4 K, banned second. That might be worth it. So we can kind of move on from that game. Next game, we got Andrew Kashner and Nate Carnes. We got a pitcher's park right here. Got Andrew Kashner, second game back off the DL. Let's go take a look at his splits. Here you go. Okay. 5.8 swinging strike percent. It's trash. Splits, I think he's reverse splits. Yep. 426 over the righties, 317 batting average. Sheesh. FIP and XFIP, the righties is horrible. Not really carrying anybody. So right off the bat, Nelson Cruz looking like a solid play, but he's not even giving up much hard contact either. So the home run and fly ball rate's not through the roof, and he's in the pitcher's park. Let's go see if there's any BVP with him and Nelson Cruz. And Nelson Cruz, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't been doing anything for a while. All right, Kashner. All right, so where's Cruz? This guy has never faced Cruz in his life. Wow. All right, so no BVP there. Nobody has a home run off him in this lineup. And talk about getting lucky versus the Mariners. They're 12 of 43 with only 4 Ks. The batting average, actually. Okay. So that game's looking like a wash because he's pretty much been containing lefties. Let me see the FIP again. Hold on. Okay, no, the XFIP to lefties isn't that good, but he's not giving up. Let me see the hard contact. So, and you playing in the pitcher's park, and most of these guys might be priced at home run upside prices. So let's go take a look at this, man. FMF 3,400, not bad. Okay, I know 4,800. All right, so they might have a little bit. Oh, they might actually have a little bit of respect for Cashman. Okay, these guys are not overpriced today. That's pretty good. All right, okay. Okay, so none of them are overpriced, so they're all on decent prices where you can play them in cash. So I like it. Let me see Cruz. Well, Cruz 4,200, no way. All right, so I think we kind of move on from that side of the game. Let's talk about picking on Nate Carnes now. So we'll see. Now I know you guys like, yo, I'm playing Nate Carnes. The Padres been striking out a lot, but yo, if it's I don't know if maybe I'm just bugging, but it feels like ever since the Padres got Solarte back, they've been killing it. Nate Carnes 10.2 swinging strike. That's looking pretty good. Okay, but it feels like they've been going off. Oh, why did I click that again? Feels like they've been going off a lot. 318. Now, granted, they did play. They did just have a series in Chase Field, of course, hit his park. So the roof could have been open for all I've known, and that was making the home runs fly. But even before that, even I think the game versus, I think was it PV? I think they didn't light PV up right away, but they started killing a bullpen, and they put up like 5 runs if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Let's look at Nate Carnes. Okay, nothing's crazy right now. Only giving up 6 home runs in the year. Okay. ERA not extremely high, nothing. FIP and XFIP is average at best. So 25.8 K% to lefties, 21.5 to righties. So his numbers are at the point where it's like I don't want to pick on him, but I'm not certainly sold on him at this point. So okay. 37.5 hard contact to righties, which is not good. Okay, but he's not giving up much home runs either. So, 25.0 line drive percent is too darn high. Pretty much a fly ball pitcher to lefties as well. Not sure how to feel about any of the Padres today. I'm not on them, but I don't have that. I don't 100% feel confident in Carnes. So that game's probably pretty much a wash for me. So we're gonna take a look at the chat again. Okay. Power hitters get to how do you determine a home run hitter? I mean, yeah, you could say ISO, and then I factor in the ballpark and I factor in the hard contact the pitcher's giving up. What percent? Yeah, what Strap said, weighted on base average. Okay, thanks. Mara so fake 3 dongs in 3 days in the pitcher's park. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I've played Mauer. I played Mauer probably like 4 times this year. I haven't got a home run out of him. I always get like a 1 for 3. I mean, like a 1 for 4 game. And when he plays at home, and then he goes off and pitches Carnes pitcher of the day. That could be true, man. But yo, let me go look at how the Padres have done in the last week, man, since Solarte's gone back. All right, let's go team stats. I feel like they've been type going off lately, yo. I know they got locked up by Archie Bradley today, but still. Let's see, last 7 days. Let's see, Woba, where's it at? Okay. Oh, separated already. I might be wrong, but it just feels like it. Okay, so they're still bottom 10 in the leagues. Only striking out 18.9% the last seven days. Let's see, last 14. But that could just be a fluky game for Archie Bradley because he's not even that good. So they got to Zach Greinke pretty much. Padres. What are Padres? Why am I blind? Oh, okay, they're 8th, 23.3. But last week, ever since they got Solarte back, I'm just saying, man, they've been hitting a lot better. I don't know if it's because of the pitchers, because Solarte got them going. I don't know what's going on there. But I'm not 100% sold on Carnes. Carnes might be high on the cash, too. So that might be worth it. But I'm just not sold on him. So I'm not going to have any exposure. So we kind of move on to the next game. Actually, let me see if there's any guys at cheap prices that could be worth it. And Solarte's at 3K. That might be worth it in the tournament. 3K for Solarte? Let me go look at it. John J 3.1, Kemp 3.4. These guys are pretty cheap, so let me see Solarte. That game log 2 for 4, 2 for 5, 2 for 5, 1 for 3. 1 for 1, 0 for 2, 3 for 5. 1 for 4. Oh no, these are old games, so they don't really count. But even at San Fran, he turned up a little bit. Had a home run there. Had 2 in Arizona. Then came back with a 2 for 4 game today. So look at his game log, man. He's pretty cheap too, and he's heating up. So I like that there, man. Carnes, I'm not really scared of Carnes, but at that price point, I don't think it's crazy to roster Solarte today. Especially where he's sitting right now. He's kind of locked in, so you got to get him while he's hot. So yeah, I think we kind of move on from that game. They like him a little bit. I mean, he's a 175 favorite, so that win might be guaranteed for Carnes, but not sold on him. As far as DK goes, maybe he's probably a better FanDuel play than DK play. That's what I'll say. Okay, next game we have Houston Astros at the Diamondbacks in Chase Field. Man, what a hitter's park we have here. And they got this guy, Edwin Escobar. I don't know who this is, but, man, he might just die today. So let me go look to see if he's in minor league. Let me go on Fangraphs, matter of fact. See if he's been in the majors before. I mean, the Astros have been trash lately, but you're about to give Altuve and Springer Correa, Evan Gattis, a lefty. That might not even be good. So the last time this guy has pitched once in the major, he went pretty much 2 innings. He has a 2 inning career, so let's go look. All right. He plays in the PCL. Okay. It's really not much to go off. Damn, what the hell are you supposed to go off of? 2015 last season, he gave up a 323 batting average to lefties. And I'm looking at this ground ball to fly ball rate right here. That's ground out to arrow, so that's ground ball to fly ball. Let's see. Did he strike anybody out? 17 strikeouts and 34. Okay. So hold on. Let me do the math real quick. So pretty much we're gonna round that off. 35 innings times 3. So that's 105 bats. Okay. So let's see. In 105 righties. Okay. In 105 righties, he has 17 Ks. So let's see real quick. No, got the calculator. He had a 16. He has a 16K percent to righties, and against a team like the Astros, I don't know if that's really. I don't know how to feel about that. Let me go look. Let me do some Google searches on this guy, because I'm pretty sure. Let's see. And there's no news on him. Let's see. This is what I like to do when I don't know much about these pitchers. Oh, Carlos Gomez is coming back too. He might really be dead. Okay, Shelby Miller behind the ball. He's an 8-year minor league veteran who owns a 4.79 ERA, plus 3 seasons at AAA. If this guy was on the free agency list, man, it sounds like we stack Astros. Let's go look at some of these guys' prices. Anderson Chase Field, oh my goodness. Let me see. Yep, they're priced up. Marwin Gonzalez, I love Marwin Gonzalez versus lefties. Altuve's priced up, extremely high. Correa 4.7, George Springer 5. What the hell Kobe Rasmus priced up for? He's facing a lefty. Evan Gattis 4.5. So these guys are pretty priced up. Carlos Gomez 4.2. So I don't know how to feel about that, but man, the matchup's good. I know these guys' prices are pretty low on FanDuel. I can almost guarantee the Astros prices are low. Just because they've been struggling, except for Springer. Springer's probably the only guy that's priced up there for the most part. So this could be a FanDuel day for me today too. Might just have to redeposit on there, do some tournaments there, and mess with the cash games on DraftKings. But let's see what you guys are talking about. Cashman struggle with lefties. Yeah, I know Cashman struggled with lefties in his career. What's a good ISO? I'll say 200 is pretty good. I mean, maybe 180 is pretty decent, but for guys what I like to target are 200 and above. That really shows if you have a bunch of power there. Yeah, but yeah, like Strap's at 180 is a good ISO, yeah. Okay, so Strap knows his stuff, man. He might have to start up his own stream. But nah. Where was I, man? Okay, yeah. So these righties versus Escobar can definitely be pretty solid on FanDuel. Let me go look at their FanDuel pricing just to see real quick. So you're getting Carlos Correa at 3.7 versus a lefty, Altuve 3.8 versus a lefty, Springer 3.7 versus a lefty, Gattis 3.2. These guys are pretty darn cheap on FanDuel. I may just have to go in there and make an Astro stack, especially in Chase Field. Boy, that can be so sneaky. But since we're doing DraftKings for cash games, and this is a DraftKings video, we'll stick to this. Now we got Colin McHugh on the other side, projected to give up about 4 runs too as well. So let's go take a look at his numbers. Discipline. All right, you got some pretty decent strikeout stuff, 10.7. Well, some swinging strike stuff. Okay. Got some nice outside swing percent. Okay. Split. 383 roll with the lefties, 348 to righties. Not looking too good for that man. 4.51 xFIP, 17.1 strikeout percent to lefties, 1.70 whip. Not looking too good. Hard contact. He's not giving up much hard contact, but if that roof is open in Chase Field, he's gonna put up runs regardless. And right now off the back, I already like Jake Lamb. Probably my favorite player there. Maybe some Herman if he plays today. Jake Lamb for 4K. Sheesh, that's pretty hefty for him. Let's go see if we can find Herman at 3.4. That's pretty cheap for the most part. 3.4. If he plays, he might bat somewhere fifth or sixth, somewhere around there. We can also look at Bourne. 2.7 now. This is looking like a nice little price saving. You roster him. Got about 5K to work with. Let's see real quick. Let's just say I'll take a expensive pitcher like Samardzija. What that leave us with? 3.8 to work with. We're definitely not going Samardzija. So let's say we want Quintana. About 4K to work with. So Michael Bourne would definitely allow you to pay up for a lot of bats, man. I might have to roster him, especially if he's batting second. I love him a lot. I like Lamb a lot too. So yeah, there's pretty decent plays there. Let's go see their price, all their prices. Owen's been hitting pretty good versus righties too, but Colin McHugh pretty solid versus righties, so probably don't want to play him. With Owens batting seventh. Jake Lamb has been on fire. So for the most part, Jake Lamb and maybe Herman. Oh yeah, Bourne if he's batting second, because I think Jory's gonna drop down. Lamb's probably gonna stay clean up. Jory probably dropped to like seventh or eighth. And they probably drop to seventh. And Herman might, if he plays over Tomas or something like that, he might get that sixth spot, hopefully. So I hope that happens. So definitely get some exposure there. But for the most part, I don't want to stack against Colin McHugh. I still feel like he's a pretty decent pitcher, even though he's died this year plenty of times. So and the FIP and XFIP don't really lie on him. Look at the FIP. He's not giving up home runs to righties either. And then the XFIP is solid, so I like him. I think that was actually the last game for the for this slate too. So, yep. Oh no, actually this slate is this the old? Oh no, I'm bugging. Okay. When I first looked at it, I thought it was let me see. Oh, this is. I thought it was like a 1 through 4 slate. So 1 p.m. through 4 p.m. slate. So since there is more games, we'll keep going through them. This is what happens when you don't research before you do the video like that. So we got Alex Wood at Jason Ham. Oh yeah, because I'm definitely bugging. This is what happens when you do a video at 1:48 in the morning. Alex Wood versus Jason Hamill. Alex Wood coming off the DL. There's no Vegas off for this. Right off the back, Zobrist is looking like a nice play. He kills lefties throughout his career. Dexter Fowler, pretty good. Price too high though. Chris Bryant, price too high for me. Zobrist price pretty high, but man, he's probably the safest play there. Let's go look at Alex Wood though. Let's look at some of his numbers. All right, I know he's definitely been turning up lately before that injury, because he started off super slow. 268 over the righties, 380 to lefties. So this guy's a reverse splits pitcher right now, and he's faced 164 righties, and he's pretty much containing them. So, but he's 6.84 on the road. That's pretty bad. All right, so let's go look at the FIP and XFIP. So for the most part, man, the FIP and XFIP, the righties has been pretty darn good, man. 25.6K%. Let's go look at the Cubs. Latest stats. Let's go see which guys are the safest right now versus lefties. Let's say 20 plate appearances. All right, so three guys. David Ross is wow. It's only 28 plate appearances, but a 496 vote was pretty impressive. Has a 333 ISO. He's crushing it right now. The OPS is through the roof. Zobrist, like I said, Zobrist is pretty much the safest play. He's not, but David Ross has a 28.6K%. So, it's kind of hard to trust him there, even with these. Like, god damn, he's killing it right now. I didn't even realize he was doing that good. But Zobrist probably the safest play. He's been on fire too. Zobrist, he's priced through the roof. 4.8. Let's go look at his game log. You'll see why. 2 for 4, 2 for 4, 3 for 5, 1 for 3. Still had 11 points because he got the runs. Did he get RBIs? Nope. But yeah. Let me see. 1 for 3, 3 for 4, 1 for 4, 2 for 5, 1 for 4, 1 for 3, 3 for 5. So this guy's pretty much been on fire. 354 batting average. You get him at home. Let's see if the wind's blowing out. Okay, the wind doesn't look nothing crazy. Only 7 miles per hour, and it's supposed to be blowing in. So that might save a little bit of the pitchers from giving up the home runs. And it doesn't look like Alex Wood is giving up much home runs to righties, or am I wrong? Yeah, he's giving up 4, but he's in the pitcher's park, and that FIP and xFIP look pretty well to me, look pretty decent to me. So, if there's anybody I'm scared of, will be Zobrist, and after that, maybe Fowler, because Fowler's kind of hit lefties pretty good. But those 2 guys, and that's about it really. Look at all these other guys; they're kind of struggling. 22.7, can't trust Soler. Rizzo, the lefty on lefty, he's not doing too good. Still has a pretty decent ISO though. But for the big ballpark, not worth it. Hayward, yeah. Addison Russell, 317, pretty decent, but still can a lot. Chris Bryant, he's sneaky in tournaments. The 275 ISO, he's crushing it, but not consistent enough. Fowler, pretty good. So these top 3 may be worth it. And I think Ross is probably cheap. Let's see. Okay, David Ross, 2,500. And whenever he plays versus lefty, he gets a hit almost every time he plays too. Okay, he's got a hit. He's been on base pretty much every game for the most part. Okay. Only had 2 at bats, so I'm not going to even really count this game. For the most part, he's on base every time he plays, so pretty safe. Probably pretty safe if you just want to punt or fill in some other guys. Because I don't think any catcher is going to go crazy. Let me go look at all the catchers. Oh, crap. I'm looking at all the catchers, and besides... Posey probably not even safe in this matchup either, so you can really get away with a cheap catcher. Maybe no, not even Weeders, not maybe Herman, but I still think Q is a good pitcher. Maybe Vogt, but Vogt's not hitting that good, and Santana's not horrible. So today might be the day to punt catcher, man. I think you just might have to do that and then pay up for your other bets now, especially with Coors being on the slate. So I think we kind of move on from there. Jason Hamill, he's definitely one of my favorite plays. The Dodgers have hit well on the road, though. I'm not gonna lie, that scares me a little bit. But Hamill's been a pretty good pitcher. Doesn't die. Let's go look at him. Excuse me. Let's go him. Pretty darn consistent as well. Give you 7, 6, 6. Only went 5 versus Washington. Okay, you got lit up by Washington. I can live with that. This was before he heated up, and that's Pittsburgh he played, so 6, 6. 6 innings. So on the most part, he's going to give you about 6. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong stat. It'll give you about 6 innings, 6 Ks, possibly that. And let's see let's look at the DK points: 18, 23, 28, 27. So not the most consistent, but I think this is a pretty good matchup for the versus the Dodgers. Let's go look at the guys. Dodgers best bets. And we're going to look at some Jason Hamill numbers. I think he's been pretty darn good. 10.3 swing and strike. Giving up a lot of zone contact, but he's probably pitching more to contact. All right. 351 over the lefties, which is what's scary a little bit, but we'll see the FIP and xFIP. FIP and xFIP extremely high. It's kind of hard to trust a guy like that. The 19.4 K%, not extremely high, but the Dodgers offense has been trash for the most part. Even the batted ball's not looking too good. So I actually thought he was a good play, but nobody's not looking too good. But let's look at the Dodgers righties. Chase Utley 406 but Jock 372, but he's Kane a bunch. Trace pretty good, but we know Hamill's gonna control the righties. Agon 353, Seager 328. But let's go look at on the road though. Guys hit a lot better on the road. Almost everybody had WRC plus. That's really a part of the lineup. It's over 100, so they're looking a little bit scary on the road. For whatever reason, they hit better on the road. That's weird, but Damn, Hamill's not looking too good as I once thought he was, so I might just have to go some Quintana, man, just to play it safe. Or maybe go Carnes because he'll be high owned. Might go Carnes in cash, and then in tournaments go to Stephen Wright with like a C-Mart or something. I don't know. Let's see what you guys talking about. Who's your sneaky pitchers for FanDuel? Let me go. I have to look at the prices before I can say. All right, Smart is 10, Fulci 6.4. Quintana's only 9.3 on FanDuel. That's interesting. I like that price point for him. Stephen Ray only 9.2. Okay, let's see. Trying to look for some good prices. Carnes only 8.7. That's not bad. Hamill's 9.3. I don't like that price. Let me see. Okay, so these games stop after the 6-10 game. So let's go back. Derek Collin, Josh Tomlin's been killing it, but I'm not playing anybody versus the Rangers. So, man, for FanDuel, I like Quintana, man. I like Quintana for FanDuel. The Mets have had their problems with lefties for the most part. Stephen Wright, I like him too. Stephen Wright, Quintana, and who else did I just say? And Carnes on FanDuel. Those are the 3 pitchers I would even think about touching on FanDuel. So, yeah, that's about it. So yeah, let's try to make a lineup though. I think I don't really need to talk about this Texas Cleveland game. Collins trash. You got some righty killers on the Indians that I think can hit them up a little bit. Let's take a look. Just gonna show the numbers real quick. Lindor kills lefties. Jose Ramirez done pretty good. Napoli career-wise kills lefties. Let's look on the other side of the plate. Josh Tomlin now. Let's look at Josh Tomlin. Let's skim through him real quick. All right, splits. Okay, Josh Tomlin's doing pretty good. All right. K percent's not up there. The exit is a little bit down the righties. All right. Okay. Giving up. Look at the batted ball though. So not looking too good. Home run, the fly ball. The lefty's not too good. He's giving up a lot of hard contact, which is what you don't like. So maybe some ranges here or there. Not a full stack though. I think we kind of work on the lineup now. So let me clear all this out. Let's see what you guys talking about in the chat real quick. Alexi Marfika stop Seki. Stone 96. Yeah. You want power hitters versus Tomlin. Yeah, that's true. Ross having a career. Yeah. Ramos. Decal. Base pitching matchup. Yeah, I know. Born is legit. Who else? Who's your sneak pitchers? Okay. Thanks. No problem, man. No problem. So, about to kind of work on the lineup right now. For security, for the safest pitchers, I think you go this. Hold on. All games. The safest pitchers, I think you can go maybe Quintana, Carnes. I think that's for security, but I don't really like the upside. Like if you're building a Cats game, I know Quintana's not going to die versus the Mets. That lineup is pretty weak versus left-handed pitching. He's pretty good, so we'll go Bourne. We're just going to get our value plays out the way right now. Catcher. I'm just going to start from the bottom, see if there's any value plays that I can really trust. Nah. Trying to find a catcher that has a pretty decent batting spot. Most of these catchers bat like 7th. Oh, that 3K? Nah, I'm not paying. I'm not paying over 3K for a catcher today. I want to look for Tucker. Oh, Tucker Barnhart. I didn't even think about that. Yo, I did not think about this guy at all. What the hell? Yeah, he's definitely in my lineup. 2.7 in cores, cheap, pretty cheap. I gotta go with him in cores. I think there's somebody I like cheap at second base or first base. Matter of fact, I like Belt though. Let's see if we can find some more value plays that we can trust though. think I'm gonna just stick with belt. So we go belt. Think we could go panic here. I'm gonna go look. We'll scroll down to the bottom, look for some value there. Jed Lowry is a pretty good play. Let's see how that worked out though, because I still want to get some cores bets in my cash game. So if there's no, see what the salary is looking like. Yo, this is saying Kobe Lewis, and Fantasy Labs is saying Derek Holland. Let me make sure. So let me make sure with ESPN who they have starting. Oh crap, I'm on the wrong thing. Oh, so it is Derek Holland. Okay, I just want to make sure because freaking Draftkings has Kobe Lewis there. All right, so third base. Let me scroll back down. Arena. Let's see. Solarte, pretty cheap. Third baseman, I like Nunez, but I'm not about to pay up for third baseman. If the highest I go is Jake Lamb in cash. I think I'm about to just go Jake Lamb for the most part. I think he's the safest third baseman, so we'll go Jake Lamb. Let's get his game long, 1 for 4. Okay, got a home run there. I think he's been pretty consistent enough to play him in cash. All right, so we go Jake Lamb. Shortstop. Carlos Correa, it's pretty cheap. Kozar's pretty cheap in cores, but he's been cold, man. He's been cold. This guy hasn't had a hit in his last 4 games, so probably hard to trust a guy like that. Oh, let's see if we got some cheap shortstops. Yeah. Maybe Profar, since he bats leadoff, might be worth it versus just to help us get some cheap. Because I don't know if I really want to pay up for these guys. I like Brendan Crawford at that price. I just hate his batting order. Let me see what we can work with. If we do that, now we got 4,900 on average. Definitely want to have some Charlie Blackmon in here. Charlie Blackmon. At least it's about 4. Okay, damn, we can't get Cargo. At least it's about 4.8. I like Jackie Bradley Jr. He's in a great spot. Jay Bruce in a great spot. Let me see Tyler Wilson's numbers again. That was 306 over the left. You see the XFIP 4.69. It's not high enough. We can find a guy in a better matchup around that price. I know we can. Chad Bettis. He's only giving up a 305 over the lefties, and his FIP and XFIP is above average, and he pitches in cores. Let's see how he does at home. Even at home, his FIP and XFIP is good. Wow. He pitches better at home. Home versus lefty. Home versus righties. Not giving up much hard contact at home either to lefties. Giving it up to righties. Okay. He's an extreme ground ball pitcher at home, too. Guess that's how you have to pitch in cores. So maybe Duval, man. Duval has too much power to be. He's more of a tournament play, but goddamn. This guy has a bunch of home run upside. Let's see. Home run in 3 of his last 4 games. Oh, 4 of his last 6. Has a home run in 4 of his last 6 games. And he gets a guy. I think we could do that in cash. So, let me know what you guys think about that real quick. Power, okay. Santana's good BP. His Texas pictures. Take advantage of the decap and pull in Rajah Davis. Oh, I didn't even think about Rajah Davis. The only reason why I didn't think about him is because he strikes out a lot. But 3.6, yeah, that's pretty good. And we could probably upgrade. We can definitely downgrade. Let's see. We can upgrade profile. Let's see if we got anything to get. So maybe we could get Brandon Crawford or Nunez. That could work out. I like Nunez, but I don't like the ballpark. Brandon Crawford has the better individual, like better matchup. So let's see. That could work out too. Okay. Let's look at Derek Collins numbers though. I thought Raja would be up there price too, not missing any bats. Okay, let's go look at his FIP and XFIP. 332 over the righties, 274 batting average, giving up 4 home runs. The XFIP is extremely bad. Rajah Davis, 308 Woba, so he's not even really killing it. He's striking out 30% of the time. Let's go see if there's some BVP. But I kind of like it because you got a guy like Derek Collins who's not really striking anybody out. So let's see if there's any BVP there. Rajah Davis, 4 for 16, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Not bad, not bad. And he gets the Texas bullpen, who's been kind of shaky. But I don't really like Rajah Davis. Might be hound, and he bats leadoff, so that's not bad at all. I'm just not too high on him today. Let me go look at some other guys. I'd rather take Denara Span bat leadoff. Truth be told, I like the way Span been playing. He has stolen base upside. And he's coming off a great game today too. He's not a power hitter. I know just because he was in chorus, but I think I'd rather have a more consistent player in cash than Rajah Davis. Let me see. That could work out. This could work out too, man. I don't. Got 3 freaking Giants bets, and they've been an inconsistent offense, but and versus Fulty, they should be able to do damage. So this is just like a little rough draft, man. Let me know what you guys think. We're about to bring this video to an end, and if you already haven't, man, make sure you subscribe. Give this a thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter too. Daily FD Lineups. Got 7 views right now. How long has this video been going on for? Let me click live. So this video's been going on for about 1 hour and 12 minutes. Yeah, so it's definitely been going on for a lot longer than it should have. So with that being said, I definitely appreciate you guys, man. Always coming through for the stream, showing support and stuff. Especially keeping the chat kind of lit. So appreciate that, man. And with that being said, we're definitely going to come to an end. Even when I end this video, I might stay in the chat. So if you raise something, I'll respond. So, or you can just hit me up on Twitter. Let me see. Got to show once again. Daily FD Lineups, man. Hit me up there. So bring this video to an end. Peace.